check in and share with you some of the things that I've learned about this process. Also, to let you know that because of doing the documentary, I was able to put Donnie, in touch with his mother. So that feels really good. One of the things I've been learning from people on the streets and people in long-term recovery are that people have a much better chance of being in long-term recovery if they have some connection to family or an advocate of some kind. So I'm really happy about that. But I also, there's some people that I've been learning from that haven't wanted to be on camera, and so there are some things that I wanted to share. One of the things that I've been really surprised about is that, at least in Washtenaw County, in this area, most of the people who are on the streets have alcohol use disorder. I found out the reason for that is people who have addictions to narcotics have an easier path to rehab. They can go to Spira, they can go to jail, and then they'll be offered rehab through jail. But if you're an alcoholic, you will go only to a medical detox, so the hospital. The hospitals don't actually have detox places. They have, like you might be in the oncology unit or whatever, and they're doing your detox there. I was very surprised to call and talk to my loved one's detox doctor, and he'd never heard of Don Farm before in his life. The hospital can only keep you for 5 days. You go back to the street after 5 days, and there's no bridge from the hospital to the rehab center. You might be able to get into a rehab, but it might not be for another 14 days. So where do you go in between? Also, apparently that there's a liability issue. So, back in the day, you would say, oh, if you're drunk and disorderly, you go to jail. Well, that's not the case anymore, because they've learned that you can actually die. Alcohol is the only substance that you can die from lack of the substance. So the police would be liable if they put you in jail and you died in jail. I've also learned a lot about the Medicaid system and how difficult it is to get through. And one of the things I did learn is that it's really hard to get, in touch with caseworkers and that kind of thing. But if you ask for help, if you say, hey, I'm not an English speaker and I need translation, or I'm deaf and I need help, then you'll get more of a one-on-one helper, and that can really help ease the process. So there are a lot of things that I'm learning, and I will continue to learn, and I will try to check in again and let you know what I've learned next.